Yay. And we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. So, I'm joined by Maya and joined by Scott. Bailey and Lozzie are not available this evening. This is a much overdue kind of Q&A watch-along of the Blacksmith investigation, which was definitely one of my favourites, I think. The people were lovely. It was awesome to have like new people there as well. I know one thing that we discussed at great length afterwards, which is in the podcast that won't be released till Halloween, unfortunately for you guys. But one thing that we did discuss is how, you know, having those guys there kind of made us think like it'd be quite cool to do some paranormal investigations with you guys there, you know, because that's kind of how it felt with this one. So it opened up more possibilities that we could actually host paranormal nights, not just do them ourselves. So yeah, but I think, should we just jump straight in and we'll watch along, and then if you want to pause, just say, and then we'll kind of, but obviously we'll chat over the top as well. And you guys, any questions that you have, let us know in the comments section, and we'll be sure to read them out and answer your questions. But hello to everyone who's here. If you could hit that like button, that'd be amazing. And yeah, okay, here we go.
What? What do you mean?
A lot of bodies used to get put down wells.
My pupils are literally adjusting like a camera lens. I'm the reason.
You're the reason for what?
They're dead. Very spooky. Unfortunately, guys, we're doing this on Discord, so we're in very small boxes at the bottom. But,
Warning.
It's all good.
This video contains subjects of a sensitive nature that some viewers may find distressing. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Hey guys, how's it going? Dudey, I'm back with another investigation. We have the full team. We have Bailey, Maya, Lozzie, and Scott's back. He's travelled all the way from Plymouth. Where are we? We are
the amount
in
of hair
Lincoln.
in that man.
This investigation is going to be special. We're in the hotel room at the minute. It's not a hotel room investigation.
When I had
Cast your
my,
mind back 2 years.
sorry, I got
to
my
when
mouse
we
cursor on the
investigated
fucking screen.
The abandoned asylum.
Did you die here? Change the colour for yes, keep it green for no.
And it was stressful. And so when we left, we thought, do we go right and go to the car? Or do we go left and go over the road and have a non-alcoholic beverage before driving home because we're stressed? Well, we chose the latter. And within 2 minutes of being in that pub, someone was bottled.
That's it.
What is going on?
And it was all going
That's
crazy. I'm
mental,
sure.
isn't it?
Was that 2 years earlier
Then
or
we got
1
chatting
year
to the
earlier?
locals
I think 2
about
years.
the asylum over the road.
Fucking
and they
hell.
told us that the pub we were stood in was haunted as well and invited us back. So 2 years later,
Yeah, 2 years. Fuck me.
are going
Yeah,
back.
2021 I think we went, didn't we?
Yeah.
Isn't that mad?
How is
It
everyone?
is.
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah, good.
I was lucky enough to not be here last time.
Well,
With all the action that was going on.
I have to ask.
Hold on, didn't they get locked in, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because like, I got threatened with a
Another
bottle.
bottle in at all? No.
Yeah.
See, 'cause that's what you guys said. You like, it hasn't been one in like 10 years. We were in here 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happened. And last time we had a camera and a Ouija board, and now we've got a shitload of equipment to play with. So yeah.
Owen was petrified, bless him.
So I was
Yeah.
gonna do
But it
a
just
whole
lent
segment,
so
around
much to the
history like I
credibility of the
normally do of this
building.
building, and we googled it and stuff, and it turns out that everything that I discovered on the internet about this place was false. However, we are assured that this place is
Nice
haunted. But it looks like
Can we
we're
talk
gonna
about the
basically
history
uncover our
that we found being completely
Yeah, it's a bit.
fabricated?
Yeah, so basically in the morning, well, I basically thought that. Hang on, can I don't know if this is going to take me out of the pop out. If it is, I apologise. Yeah, it is. Great. Brilliant. Gotta love fucking technology, ain't you? So I thought that basically the guys were going to give us all the history because they lived there, which obviously they did, but we just wanted to have some just in case. So rather than go into, you know, the in-depth kind of Googling and looking at articles and shit that we normally do, because we thought, well, the locals are there, so we just need some backup shit, we just typed it into ChatGPT, and it came out with all this stuff about the pub and that, and how the upstairs was a jail, and all this shit. And when I started saying it in front of the camera, they were like, none of that is true. And none of it was true. Like, so that was quite scary. That ChatGPT's basically fed us a load of horse shit. But fortunately, the guys were there to tell it straight. But the thing is, like, I let us off because wouldn't you normally use ChatGPT for something like that? But it was just very interesting.
It was very much a last minute sort of decision to just try and work out a bit of where we were going, have that little bit of extra info just in case they didn't have anything.
Yeah, or just in case they didn't want to say it on, you know, in case they were a bit camera shy or something. So, yeah, but that was what that was all about. Like, I literally recorded a whole bit and then they were just like, that's not true. Where did you hear that? And it's like,
like the level of detail it gave us was concerningly like realistic.
Yeah, definitely. All the history and stuff.
It's very plausible that it might have just been another Blacksmith Arms in that area, possibly, or one that might have used to have been there but has been knocked down or something.
It feels like a very common name.
Yeah. I think every city in England has a Blacksmith Arms, so it could be anyone.
Yeah. Connor Murray, thank you for the £2 super chat. Yo, Dream Team back. Love the investigations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. But yeah, let's guys. Is this box here? Is that too small? Let me know in the chat. Is this too small?
That's how I've been watching it, and I think it looks quite good.
Because then I haven't got to keep going backwards and forwards.
It all started. It was our toys mainly. We had a
Let me know.
drum. When you press the top, you can see where you're pressing. So it'll have like red, green, and you turned it off. I was playing Xbox and you turned it off. But I could see the colours lighting up and hearing it. And you can see where it's being pressed.
Oh yeah, your broken arm.
Yeah, that fucking arm cast was a nightmare. I think this was like the last 2 days of having it on, something like that. So yeah, I was pretty much fed up at this point of having my you've all seen the video before. That's very true, Jay. That's very true. So yeah, I was fed up of having my arm like that. And also, like, because I do like from time to time filming a bit when we're doing these, because I like to get some cool angles. And I think I did in the end, like with Bailey's Estes and stuff, but like it was insane how limited I was.
Hear like glasses smashing down here, and I'd be like, what's that? And you'd just be like, oh, it's glasses smashing, like falling off the shelves.
So I've had one particular glass local has like a stein, and it fallen. It looked like it fallen off, but it was in pieces, millions of pieces, everywhere behind the bar.
It's horrible.
We're downstairs and there's just like glass everywhere. And it's like
footprints in the toilet.
There was just no possible way they could have got there. Like,
I got the blame for it. I come down one morning and Poppy, who used to work here, she was like, "You come down to the toilet last night, like barefoot?" And I was like, "No, I've got a bit of good toilet upstairs. And why would I walk in the pub barefoot? Like, I'll have my slippers on." And yeah, she showed me the picture of just like footprints, and I was like, "That's no way they my size 8."
Mate. That's horrific.
So
it was very, very strange.
No footprints around the side, which is the weirdest thing.
I've seen two on a separate occasion stood right in front of the toilet door as well, bare footprints, and they didn't look quite adult. But then this medium that I met that had been in here once says that she sensed a girl in here that was wet. And
that's
if
weird.
you read the Blacksmith side, it had a well. And if you read the stories, a lot of bodies used to get put down wells. Like a lot of bodies used to just like, do you know what I mean? People used to just fling them down like wells on the way out of town, or like way out of town, just dump body.
When they were dead, though, right?
Yeah.
We'll just say the pub is closed, which is why we're going into the ladies' toilet. We're not just sort of like taking liberties. Okay. So there was just
round about here, yeah.
just two.
What, here?
Just round about here, yeah.
That is really weird.
They never went into the toilets though. It was always outside the toilet.
I did send the footprint, the picture I took to Jenny, and they were here, like stood like they were looking into the toilet.
What, and then no other footprints anywhere else?
Anywhere else. And I like mopped this place most mornings and everything. There was just no reason for bare footprints to be there.
That's so weird.
That's very creepy.
And a repeat
It just really doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
And like, there's no incentive for them to make that up, you know?
No, not at all.
So it just it holds so much credibility to those pictures and things like that, because why would they bother, you know?
Yeah, I
That's
mean
just
the thing is, like, you know, you could say, oh, publicity to get people to the pub and that, right? The only reason we were there was because by chance we went in there after an investigation over the road, and by chance got talking to them because someone bottled someone. You know, this isn't like, oh yeah, this pub's massively haunted and it's an attraction and come and see the ghosts and that, and so they've made up a load of shit for people to you know, this is like we shouldn't have even been there. There's no reason, you know, other than to show the locals that can't come in on a daily or weekly or whatever basis. Like, there's no reason for these pictures and stuff to be taken, you know, other than if it's a legit kind of, what the fuck is that? I'm going to take a picture to get opinions and stuff. But
yeah, and also when we were there the first time, they made a point of getting us to hear other people's ghost stories. You know, like the guy that ended up actually walking us around the abandoned asylum. You know, a couple of other people just telling all these random stories. They again have no incentive to say any of those things. It just seems like that whole area is just, it's just so rife with ghosts and hauntings and stuff.
The whole village is fucking weird.
What's the place called again? It's in Lincoln, but
they'll mention it. They'll mention it at some point.
Bracebridge Heath. That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you for the £2. Ghost of 1,000 says, was that the investigation with the knife in the tree after that? No. This was the Lincoln abandoned asylum that we went into, and then afterwards we went over the road for a drink, and someone was bottled, and so we were locked in until the police sorted the issue out.
Was that our first ever Ouija board? It was, wasn't it?
Ours, yeah, not mine.
Yeah, you'd done one before.
Yeah.
Mental.
At Daring Woods. And I watched that back because I edited up for Facebook. That fucking Ouija board. Like, if Ouija boards are all legit and shit, and you need to be, you know, you need to explicitly do it by the rules and not take your hand off and stuff like that, fuck me. Like, no wonder weird shit has happened around me in the last 2 years, considering how fucking stupid I was on that Ouija board. Like, completely disregarding any safety. Like, but also I kept taking my hand off because I was so uncomfortable because I was sat on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. But this one was a lot better, I felt. You know, sorry, not this one. The Lincoln Asylum.
Yeah.
Was a lot more professional.
Considering it was my first proper Ouija board, I'm surprised I ever did one ever again. That was bloody awful.
Oh, that Ouija board was fucked. Yeah, that was the one that counted. That was the one that counted down. And then...
I don't think we've ever had anything that disgusting.
I don't know. I feel like the farmhouse, coupled up with the EMF.
Yeah, true.
Was really strange.
Yeah.
Boards just don't like me.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they like Lozzie either.
No.
Whenever Lozzie's hands are on it, it doesn't move at all. Actually, in this video, I think it did. No, because we did it without
We
Lozzie,
did
and then
two.
Lozzie took someone else's place, and then
I
it
think-
just
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. Jack Winter says, "How skeptic are you now since doing all these paranormal investigations?" A lot less skeptic. I'm still skeptic of a lot of things, and what I found the other day, I was on Twitch streaming a Nuke's Top 5 video. Fuck me, am I skeptic of other people? Which I think it's because I pride myself so heavily on not faking anything and just whatever happens, happens. I don't know. But because of the stigma around the paranormal community and how many people have faked in the past, I just feel like I literally don't trust anyone other than myself.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the thing is because a lot of people do fake it, it's frustrating because
yeah,
people immediately jump to that conclusion with our videos as well.
yeah,
And the second thing is, I know it may not have happened to us yet. You know, we might not have had these crazy experiences yet. But in our experience, in the tons of investigations that we have done, you don't get that crazy stuff that you see in a lot of videos, like full body apparitions that very blatantly are just a person that's walking around, things like that. So when I see ridiculous things like that in videos, I'm like, or like Ouija boards shooting all over the place, things like that. It's like, well, it's not real because I've not experienced it myself, kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, nothing since has got close to that feeling at the Ancient Ram Inn with the mirror.
Yeah.
That was the first. Do you know what this is gonna sound bad, but it's just the truth. I have felt dread, legitimate dread, twice in my life. Once when I was a lifeguard and I watched a little girl die in front of me and then, thank God, was resuscitated. That was the first, and that was fucked. Like, life was in slow motion. Everything was just like, what the fuck? And that was dread. And the second time I felt that feeling was the mirror. Because I knew every fucking possibility that could have allowed that to happen wasn't possible. If your mind cannot logically explain something, you basically just implode. And that was the second and only time, comparative to watching someone die. That's how serious I am. Watching someone die was the only other time I'd felt dread like that. It was just a sense, just this deep sense of dread. You know,
I think it's weird because people weren't there and can't understand how set in stone, matter of fact, no way could this have been another person. Like, there's not a question in my mind that was not something paranormal. There's no way. I mean, everything else that we have had experienced, it's been scary in the moment, but most of those things, you know, I've come round and been like, oh, maybe, you know, like the noise that we heard in the Ram Inn, for example, right at the end. Could have been, you know, it's an old building, blah, blah, blah. All of these things. Everything has an explanation except that. And I think it just proves how much it's affected us all because we bring it up in every single Q&A and always go on a rant like this about it because none of us can explain it.
No.
Yeah.
And I know it's not this like full body apparition, like it's not going to convince anybody who wasn't there.
Yeah.
But to us, that was such a big, humongous moment that just can't be explained. And I think that's just, if you can't be 100% skeptical after that moment, you can still be a bit, but there's no explanation for it. So
I think since then we've had other things happen that we can't explain, but there could be explanations for.
Yeah.
Whereas there's nothing else.
A brilliant one that Darren Goes for 1,000 has just brought up, right? 30 East Drive, the doors, okay? Because those doors, if you think about it logically, that door frame could be warped, right? And to be honest, that's what I think 95% of those door openings was, except for the last one. Because if you So when it's me doing my solo in that room and the door opens, right, it sort of like goes, doof, right? And that's almost like the latch is like against the door frame, and then it just, because it's warped, it forces itself through. And it's like a doof kind of noise, right? And it does that a few times. But when Maya and Bailey are in the bathroom, go watch it after this stream, when Maya and Bailey are in the bathroom, after the door had opened like 2 times, I think, you literally, if you listen, it sounds like when you take a door handle and you pull the door handle down and then push the door forward, not the doof of a warped frame. So that is the other piece of evidence I feel like we got. Not necessarily all of the doors opening, because I do think that maybe the earlier ones were a warped door frame. But the sound does not line up with the last door opening. It's so strange.
Is 1 hour 30:54 if you want to go watch it.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the other door openings are before that. And I think this is the last one.
I'm not saying that the other door openings aren't paranormal, but I'm saying I can explain the other ones.
Explanation, yeah.
But the sound on the last one is just, it sounds like someone is opening the door. The door isn't being forced open through a warped frame.
Someone is using the handle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally hear it go, ch-ch.
Like, from memory, don't you hear like
which again
a step up to it as well?
But again,
yeah, that's the other thing.
But the other thing is, right, and this is where I'm skeptical of other people, but obviously no, this is the beauty of doing it ourselves, is because we know that someone isn't running around, right? So let's take that final door. If I'm watching a Nuke's Top 5 video and that happens, they've got someone in the room and they've just opened the door. That's what I think. That's how I would logically explain that, right? But I know that me and Scott were asleep downstairs and Bailey and Maya were upstairs doing it by themselves. Now, if I'm not going to convince you that that was the case, then I'm never going to convince you, so therefore I'm no longer asked about convincing you, right? But if you are able to take my word for it, which I hope that you can, no one was upstairs apart from Bailey and Maya, and they were both in the bathroom, the opposite end of the corridor, so therefore hearing the sound of a door opening like a handle being pulled down, knowing there was no one physically there to do it, all of a sudden, a bit like the mirror, the logic goes out of the window because there is no logical way for that to happen.
Well, that's what we did, because we knew that the immediate reaction to a door opening, because I know I would do it if I was watching an exploration on YouTube and the door opened and the 2 people that were in the room just sat there while I knew there was 2 other people in the house. I'd be like, well, it was obviously them.
Yeah.
So me and Bailey had that experience, went downstairs, was so buzzing about it, and then just went, the second this goes on YouTube, no one is going to believe that door opened itself. So we were like, back up the stairs and let's do it again. And then it proceeded to open again. So
yeah. But the thing is, I've always said from the beginning, even though obviously it's awesome to entertain people and to produce videos that will entertain, that's not what I'm doing it for. Like, if I wanted to do this to convince everyone that ghosts are real, I'd be shooting myself in the foot, because you're just never going to do that. So all we can do is convince ourselves, and then those people that trust us will be convinced, and those that don't will just carry on denying everything, but funnily enough never going out to actually investigate it themselves, which is exactly also what I didn't want to be, which is why I began doing the paranormal investigations. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everyone go and do paranormal investigations, but don't sit there on the internet and be like, this is fake, ghosts are fake, blah, 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 if you're not even going to try and entertain to go look for yourselves, you know? But yeah. It's, it's I don't know. That, the mirror fucking just... I mean, I did a follow-up video saying how... Or, no, I think in the title of the video I said how life-changing it was, because all of a sudden... This, I was like, oh, shit. Like, I didn't necessarily think, like, oh, this is demons, oh, this is ghosts. I just thought there is something on this planet or within the realms of existence that we cannot fucking explain. There is something paranormal. It exists. I don't know whether it's God and his fallen angels and demons and shit, or whether that is just people thousands of years ago trying to kind of rationalize what the fuck's going on. But there is something there that we cannot explain with conventional science, without a doubt, in my mind. So therefore, I am no longer a skeptic, I guess. But I am still skeptical of things. You know, if I'm in a building and something goes bump, I don't automatically scream and think, "Oh my god, that's a ghost." But there certain things have happened that are just undeniable. But we are 25 minutes in, and we're only 5 minutes into the video.
This always happens. We just talk about other explorations.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
keep it
what we
playing
sometimes
muted in the background.
muted in the background. I always forget to do that.
Yeah, because then we'll see things and then revert the conversation back to this investigation. But talking of this investigation, I have to give props to them three for, you know, absolutely carrying this video with the stories, the storytelling, the attitude. Like, all three of them were absolutely fantastic.
They're awesome, and they were fantastic hosts as well.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't pay for a drink all night. They offered us any drinks that we wanted. I did stick to the Coca-Cola, but they were very nice.
Yeah.
You know, they were wonderful.
Okay, so the lights are out, which means the investigation has begun. We're going to take some items around, like the cat balls, the REM pod, the haunted doll, and we're going to set them down and see if we get any interaction with them. They're going to kind of be floating around to the property whilst we do our other investigations. So basically, we've got our music box back, and it's got a little sensor on the front. And this
I swear that music box has got considerably quieter since we first built it.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it has. But how, though?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe batteries are getting low or something?
Yeah.
That's probably because I just pushed it there. Right, so we'll leave that like that.
Has that gone off for us yet? It hasn't, has it?
Don't think so.
Settling noises.
Apart from the time at Africa where Scott stood in front of it for the full half
I
an
knew that
hour.
was coming. I knew that was coming.
That's why the batteries are dead.
It rolls, but it looks pretty stable. So I'd say that shouldn't move now. Let's put the doll in the bathroom.
I miss buttons.
Where the footprints were.
Yeah, I kind of regret giving that to the museum.
Me too, especially because they didn't do anything with it. Like, I get that there's loads of haunted stuff in there, but he was like, "Oh, we'll do an investigation on it, a live stream on it." Nothing. All buttons.
In the doorway there, where the yeah. So last chance, guys. We are going to do it. We promise to name the doll. Okay. I know we said we're doing the last video. We forgot. So put names down in the comments, and we will select one.
And we will reveal it in the live stream following this video.
Oh, no, that's the other.
Oh.
That's the doll that's over there.
No, I know, but she just reminded me. So we need to pick a name for this doll in this video.
No, because we named it Sian, didn't we?
Oh yeah, but I don't think that's been revealed though.
Yeah, I don't think we actually announced that.
Oh.
yet.
We talked about that on the podcast.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
here's a good reveal for you all.
yeah the doll's
Please.
named Sian. After Sian, who's in this video.
I think we decided that in the premiere for this video.
Yes,
With
I think you're
her
right.
son.
Yeah, that's correct.
You don't close it up
Yeah.
and set that up, yeah?
Justice for Bud.
Do you know what? This is a perfect example, right?
Do you reckon
This is
that
a
counts or
fucking
something?
perfect example of us as a team, because I could have cut the fact that it was the walkie-talkies fucking with the REM pod, and then it would have been like, oh my god, the REM pod went off. But we kept it in because I don't want to fucking lie about anything that we get.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, it's nice that the walkie-talkie reveal isn't for a little while, so you do have like the holy shit, it's going off, just like we did. Right here, we're like, oh my god, it's going off. What the fuck?
Can you go near it?
But when it was not a letdown, but when it was revealed that you can't have a fucking walkie-talkie underneath it,
It's always
that's just how it is.
It's always disappointing when you debunk stuff. However, when you do get something that you can't debunk, it makes it even better,
Yeah,
because you know that
absolutely.
you're not just saying that every bump and bang and noise and this and that is paranormal.
Yeah.
When you actually get something that you can't explain, it's so much more satisfying.
Yeah.
What? What do you mean?
What do you
Why
mean?
does it go off before
See,
it's going
for
off?
this, it
It's
intrigues
like
me
it's
at this point because
downstairs,
I had
isn't
the
it? And it goes
walkie-talkie downstairs because I
It
was
sounds like they're
setting
listening
2
to
of
it
them
back.
up so the you two walking around upstairs had something so we could keep in contact.
Playing it back, yeah, no,
And
no.
I don't think we pressed the button as much as this went off, but obviously knowing that sets it off,
Yeah.
I don't know to how
It could
to what
also
extent.
be maybe a mobile phone
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that obviously, you know, the pub is directly beneath our feet.
Yeah.
So if you guys were all chilling on your walkie-talkies and fucking mobile phones and that, the signal might have been fucking with it. Which is
Yeah.
something that we need to learn because everything has to be in airplane mode when we do REM
Well,
pods.
yeah, that's the thing, and EMFs and things like that messes with the frequencies, you know, stuff like that. So you just got to be certain that you've got no electronics near the EMF or the REM pod, and that's just something that we learned from this experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it also raises a lot of questions about other, investigations from other people.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of other people use radios, walkie-talkies, and REM pods.
Because I'm not being funny, when we discovered that that was a thing, not only could we have cut it out of the video, we also could have continued using it in every investigation.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you get these channels that have their REM pods going off in every single video, you know, are they?
Yeah.
Not throwing out accusations, but you know, we've done like what, 10 investigations now as a team with oh no, not since we got the REM pod. 6, 7, 6 since we got the REM pod,
No,
and
not even
that one has.
3, 4.
Like, did we get it for your birthday or for Christmas?
I
Christmas,
think,
I think.
yeah, Haprica was the first one.
Yeah,
never
that wasn't
actually
even
used
ours.
Hotel room. Yeah, but we had it there.
Yeah.
Hotel
Move
room.
out of the way.
This one. The
Do you have anything
farmhouse.
You want to say?
My parents' house.
Oh yeah, 5.
Come on, stop.
Oh yeah, because we haven't done
We
June.
done one in June because the month
Do you not
was
want
so
us to
busy.
speak to you?
Yeah.
Scared.
But my point
Don't be
is,
scared,
hasn't
don't
gone
be
off.
hurt, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Yeah.
the same one everyone else uses.
Throw shade, get some drama going. Jay, if there's one thing I cannot be fucked with at the age of 30, it's drama, mate.
Question there?
I'll start it.
Fuck
Joking.
that.
We'll do our
No,
best to
the thing is
I'd
those
rather go
channels
back
that
to Pets
do
at Home.
Okay.
the thing with those channels that, you know, do sometimes fake it, and I'm not going to say names, I will still watch them because
Oh,
I
yeah,
find
it's
them really
entertainment.
entertaining.
You
You know-
listen, I mean, they're not so much on, you know, they're not on, some of them aren't honest about it, but I just think,
Gareth?
you know, what's the difference between that and, like, Scott will
Horror
love this
films.
reference, but the WWE, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's scripted, it's just fucking,
It's still
enough.
entertaining.
the only thing is I just wish that they admitted it, but,
Yeah. But then it would take away the fear for people that, you know, don't get it.
yeah.
Said this is a hot spot.
But, you know, I like watching them in the same way I like watching horror films. Just because a horror film's not real doesn't mean I don't get scared.
Could you
Yeah,
please
absolutely.
give us a sign that you're in this room with us? Either communicate through Jordan
All I remember
or
is
communicate,
Putting the pieces
or if you
together
stand in the
through
middle of the room,
this
then we'll know that you're here.
Estes method is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you actually take all the responses as one cohesive sort of.
I really
Back
didn't
bit,
want
for
to say
example.
that because I knew
No.
how controversial that topic is, and when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, do I say that?"
Are
But I was like, "I have
But
to,"
then-
because I'm trying to say everything that's on the Estes method.
Sean
why.
pieces that together to clearly what was happening.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and I don't know if you guys feel the same, I think we were communicating with somebody that used to be in the asylum who wasn't, you know, who didn't have mental illnesses and was not treated very well.
Yeah.
So, and I think just then when it said, you know, who did this to you, and it said the devil, I think that that was the doctor that she was talking about.
Yeah.
That's the same sort of vibe I get from it.
Aesthetically, I love that we do the red light for Estes methods now.
Yeah.
It just looks so scary.
It does make it so much worse when you're actually in the Estes method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird when Charlotte had touched Jordan on the shoulder.
Which lady?
So strange.
Yeah, I didn't even clock that in the room at the time.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
Love this bit.
Is it the lady by the door?
Don't tell me off.
Maybe it's because you.
Sorry?
Poor Owen, man. He came. Well, I don't know if I should say that, but when we weren't filming, he came up to me and he was just like, he was in a bad way. You know what I mean?
Is that your age?
But then, like, you look back at some of our earlier investigations, like the Lincoln Asylum for one. I was a mess.
Yeah.
And like the RAF base and stuff, like those places used to mess me up bad.
I mean, that was me in the Ancient Ram Inn.
Yeah, exactly.
I do feel like we're getting a little bit immune to the fear.
We're getting slightly too comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you know, apparently these things can feed on fear, and if we don't have that, I feel like we need to do things more like the solo vigils and shit to kind of ramp it up.
And like things like they did in like Destination Fear and stuff, where they split up and they sit in pitch black and things like that, like sensory deprivation, you know, things like that are things that we need to do.
Yeah, like we did in 30 Drive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you think about the stuff that we put ourselves through in 30 East Drive, and because you guys were all so tired, and because I was doing a lot of stuff like on my own and things like that, I think the fear and the weakness was so rife between us. That's why we got so much stuff going on.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone on the stream can actually hear this.
Yeah. Right, we've got 1 minute left of the communication.
Right.
If you've got
Goes to
anything else to
1,000.
say, any message you want to say to us.
We're too intimidating, that's why.
Too late.
Oh, well.
I'm on my own.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Are they stopping you?
3, 2, 1. Last.
It's wrong.
Oh, right, we're going to pull you out now. Thank you.
Paul Bailey was in his Estes method
you say
for
one?
fucking ages.
Did you?
I know. It was just so good though.
Yeah, it's because every time I went to wrap it up, they'd just say something else.
Yeah.
And then you.
I mean, we did that really cool thing where we decided to do the Ouija board and the Estes method at the same time, and it just didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah, that was.
Which lady?
That was
We
my
did.
genius idea, and it just failed.
I mean, the concept was there, but the problem is Estes method responses are instant. Ouija board methods are much
Take
slower.
45 minutes. To
So
spell
it's
out a
never.
word,
Yeah. Something that we could.
That's the REM pod going on.
Here we go.
Wait.
Look how gutted I am.
Hello. It's the walkie-talkie.
Why is that
Devastated.
There's not even.
There's not one upstairs.
I'm pushing the button. Oh, hello.
What?
Okay, it must be a signal. Were you using this when we were upstairs?
No.
Go in the other room.
Definitely turned it on.
Yeah. What happened is Lozzie and Scott turned it on, passed it to me. I walked to the bottom of the stairs, but because I could hear you were getting stuff, I just stood at the bottom of the stairs with the walkie-talkie and waited.
Father, please.
So we weren't using it,
from
but
anything that comes
there was
through
an
this
on
board,
walkie-talkie
and it's important
underneath
to
you
state
and an on walkie-talkie at the bottom of the
anything
stairs.
that we communicate with this evening does not have permission to leave the board, does not have permission to attach itself to any of us.
But yeah, something that I was going to say, maybe something that we should consider in Estes methods going forward is the person in the Estes method dictates how long they stay in it. So, you know, like Bailey was comfortable to sit in there for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So press
But,
one and then we'll move.
you know, sometimes like when we were at mine, I was so uncomfortable at like a couple of minutes in that maybe, you know, if you're feeling comfortable and you want to stay in for longer, you can. But if you start feeling uncomfortable at like the 5-minute mark, then you can also come out at that point.
Yeah.
This is unfortunate.
Hands
But
leaves.
it moves. Just so you're prepared.
Mine, Sean, Owen. Who's on my left? Oh, it's you.
It's me.
Is Owen on the right?
Yeah. Trembling. Conor Murray says there's something in 30 East Drive I heard in my earphones the other day. I'm going to have to find it again and was meant to send it to you on Patreon. Do it, man. Do it.
Always. We are definitely going to try go back there.
At some point.
I'll ask him about cancellation.
Yeah, definitely. Because that, for me, was probably my favourite investigation.
Yeah.
What I always describe
Not only because it was so creepy, but also that video is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Like, we were watching it back the other night, and that bit where we're downstairs and Scott's got the pillow on his lap. And you're like, come on in.
In you come.
Just checking out the neighbourhood.
And then Bailey's just like, Scott's awfully weak right now. If any demon wants to possess him, it's just like it's fucking savage. So with this Ouija board segment, it seemed to move a lot. Did the movement feel consistent with the other times you've had movement? It was a lot faster than what I've experienced.
Okay, so D.
I'd say.
Well, the Lincoln Asylum was probably about that quick. Because I think we said that on the night. And then...
I'll have to look back at the Lincoln Asylum video.
Yeah. Do it at the end of this, because it does kind of tie in.
Connor's watched 30, so 20 times. Well, thank you so much. I want to watch them all again. If you could only
sorry, go on.
If you could only do one, which would you prefer to do again, the Ram Inn or East Drive?
Ram. For me.
Yeah, it'd have to be the Ram. Like 30 East Drive is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
But the Ram Inn, I need a constant camera on that mirror for the entire duration that we're there. And I just like that building was just fucking horrible. Like I didn't want to walk around it at all. Like you couldn't have paid me to go and have a piss up in the toilet. So
yeah,
I don't know.
And I think like what we were just talking about, like about the fear. I feel like just we hated that building and we have bad experiences with it. So I feel like going back there will reignite that fear within all of us, and we can do the solos.
Yeah.
And why do I do this to myself?
Why have you said that?
Why? I don't want to go back to Ram.
That building is the only one I've ever felt targeted in.
Yeah. That did not like you.
Yeah. Which at the start of the night, fine, lovely. Walked through it, went to the toilet, had a good time. By about halfway through that night, I was not going back in that building by myself.
Yeah.
It also had one of my favourite shots ever, where I just set up the camera. I set up the camera just to do some like face-on to camera stuff, and then you guys were all just discussing what had just happened, and I just had a slow zoom on me, and it was just like fucking. You could literally see my whole fucking world imploding in my eyes.
Please stop.
I think like you have to remember that while we'd done a couple of abandoned places before that, that was our first ever.
Yeah, if it gets.
Firstly, investigation as drip, but also it was our first proper paid for secured location investigation.
Yeah.
So we're so much more experienced now, and I feel like if we got the opportunity to go back there, knowing what we know, knowing that the shit that goes on there is actually real, and we know what to look out for, I feel like we would just get such an insane amount of activity. It would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we'd bring a planchette for the Ouija board as well.
Yeah.
Because that was awful. I think I'd probably bring our own.
Yeah, maybe a smaller Ouija board.
Yeah. Same table.
Yeah, because
but
what was
a
that?
little one.
The
That was the
museum.
round glass one.
No, but the museum had a massive board as well. Was
Yeah.
it the museum?
If you're female and
And
N
it
if
just
you're male.
it's
Yeah.
too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh, at the
happened.
bell.
Was it me and you that? Who was it?
Yeah, no,
was it me and you that was outside?
It weren't me. I was outside.
No, when the bell rang the first time, I think
I was
me and-
outside with someone.
It happened twice. The
Didn't the
first
bell
time
ring
we
in the
went up-
witch's room as well?
Yeah, there were 2 bells that rang. The first time, I think me and Maya went upstairs to put the glass thing on the Ouija board.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And a bell
that's
in
the
that
thing.
room rang
And
behind
that's where
us.
we made the rule that if you were inside, you're filming
Yeah.
because we didn't catch that on camera. But then you guys would. I swear it was me and Bailey because I think we were
You
outside
and Bailey were
smoking.
outside having a smoke, and me.
I
And
don't know
Jordan-
where you were. In the loft, maybe.
Maybe. Me and Jordan.
And then
were
that would
inside
explain
doing
why you didn't
something.
pick it up. But we heard the bell in the downstairs bit, like above the fireplace. We heard that go off. But obviously we weren't filming because we were
I
just sitting
remember
outside.
going through and ringing every bell in the thing to try and work out which one sounded like.
Yeah, because I remember filming that bit. I think I might have even filmed that on my phone, and none of them sounded right, which is so weird.
Yeah, and I think that slowed down the pacing too much, so I took it out.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, I saw someone say something about it was Kaylee saying about a bloopers reel. Great shout. But also, you should do a video of, a summary of the stuff that we've caught.
Yeah,
I think that would
that's
be a
how I
sick
want to
video.
do. That's how I want to do investigations in the future. I think it's Zach Bagans. Does he do this, Scott? Where at the end of his videos, he sort of like, or at the end of his investigation, is like he sort of recaps what they've captured,
They do
and then his
either-
kind of thought at the end.
They do either a recap or they kind of do what we're doing now, where you sit down and just go through, but just go through each bit of evidence, talk about it, and then be done with it.
The witching hour.
Not the entire thing, but just the actual. Here's weird stuff.
Yeah.
You could do your own like Nuke's top 5, but on your own
Our
videos.
evidence.
Yeah, probably still somehow get copyright struck.
D asked, "Have you had anything follow you home from any locations yet?" And I said, "Yeah."
Yes.
And that
yeah.
was that Easter
Well,
egg.
the fucking other day, I
why
reposted.
Does Maya know about this?
Every time we do a live stream, you reveal some demon that you've seen.
No. The other day I reposted the video on the infomercials, and
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
never noticed it before. Filmed the video about 2.5 years ago. Maybe 3 years ago. No, in fact it was March, because it was before I started doing the paranormal shit. It was the week before I started doing the paranormal shit, because my theory was I was going to do, every week was different, but I'd have 3 videos on that one topic, and that week was infomercials. Anyway, Pickle Rick's on my fucking shelf behind me, and it doesn't even fall. It like gets yeeted behind me.
You
And I
hear
didn't
it get
even
thrown.
notice it until fucking,
Turning?
until the other day.
Yeah.
Tell us your name.
I tell you what,
It's
if
but it's
that,
just dawned on me. That was before Darren Woods.
Yeah, if that apartment ever goes on sale, we should buy it and turn it into a haunted house.
I'm warning
Yeah.
Because that place was fucked.
That place was weird.
What are you warning me for?
It was awful.
We don't mean anything.
But yeah,
But
no,
yeah.
there's been lots of things.
Yeah, it was
like
the worst
witness
one for me was after 30's drive when it was me, you, it was us three, and Bailey was
Bailey,
me
yeah.
here, and you guys went out, and I didn't know you'd
We
gone
went
out.
out
I'd gone out
shopping.
for a nap.
Went to the.
And-
I regret refunding that camera. That was such a fucking sick camera.
It was nice.
I was having a nap, and I heard someone cutting their nails in the bathroom, because the bathroom's like across the hall, and I was like, whoever the fuck that is, you're a selfish prick for cutting your nails in the bathroom while I'm trying to have a nap, like making all this ruckus. So I started like tossing and turning. I was so angry, and then I just heard people
run
doing
upstairs,
laps.
wasn't it?
doing laps downstairs, just like walking round and round and round. It's like, oh fuck, like no one was talking. I was like, what is going on downstairs? And why? Just sit down. We've been up all night. Just sit down. Stop walking around. And then I went downstairs to have a go at everyone, and there was no one in the house.
No,
So-
you text me.
What's a little?
They text
You
you.
text me saying, "Who's running up and down the stairs? Can you stop it, please?" And I said, "We're not in the house. We're at Wex's Photography, the other side of Norwich."
That is like literally a Reddit horror story.
Yeah,
That is.
class, innit?
But to be fair, other than that, and then the like couple of nights later where you saw the thing in the hallway that you revealed to me on a live stream,
Yeah.
I think that was all we had from 30's Drive. Oh, and your chair being pulled, I think.
Yeah, that was weird. And a few
But
times I
other
thought
than
that
that-
you've come home from work and said hello, but no one's here.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's never nice.
yeah. And
Um,
then you got something dropping in the
yeah,
kitchen.
in the
the other day.
kitchen, which was really fucking weird because I heard a big crash.
The night.
And the mad thing was
What happened on the
completely
door?
fucking like chances we'd brought the Ring door camera indoors to charge, so it was on charge in the kitchen. I looked at the footage and then literally nothing
Needed
happened.
to?
So it's like, well, what the fuck? It sounded like a
You
plate
know.
crashed, but nothing
So
happened.
weird.
Yeah, and that's on stream. That
Did you
is.
push or did you push someone?
But yeah, all very strange stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, because when we go back to your old
What?
place, obviously you had the keys,
Yeah,
Yeah.
potentially a shadow in the
Did you
corridor
jump
behind
with
Jordan.
someone?
yeah. The front door opening
The
itself.
front door opening, which may or may not have been a burglar. Who knows?
Two
Yeah.
light bulbs smashing. So
Yeah.
one was the light bulb above where I used to
Is
sleep
that
in
how you
bed,
died?
fell down and melted the carpet because it like set the carpet on fire. And then one time when I was streaming, I've got a clip on my stream of 5 seconds after it
Yeah.
happened, but I missed it. But the light bulb literally just exploded in the kitchen, and that was like 2 days after the other one.
Was
So
it come from the asylum?
probably
And
just
there's, and
changed.
there's a stream footage of me
7.
thinking that you said my
There's
name,
7 of you.
but you were at work.
So weird.
Yeah.
So weird. There was so much stuff that happened in that house.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not
Someday.
pleasant.
The house is
Yeah.
lovely.
That's the
Just a-
thing. Crustacean. We don't know if that was paranormal or someone like an opportunistic thief or something.
Was you
So, but didn't even think about it being paranormal for ages. Like,
No, I just thought it was burglars.
I thought someone was trying to rob us, and then when you put all the other like bits together,
Little bits together.
we were like, "Fuck, maybe that wasn't."
I remember being in that stream.
Was he the one that pushed you?
Because from this end, that was horrible.
Yeah.
And actually being in the house
you
at the
push your
time,
grandpa?
or in the bath at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the
Jordan's
bar.
case.
It was just really scary. Like, trying to go to sleep after that, like that night. After that night, it wasn't too bad, but knowing that somebody,
Did you just take
either
one
somebody,
chair,
that's what I thought at the time, that somebody had tried to open our door.
standing way?
And like it could have gone so wrong just because we left the front door open. Just really freaked me out.
You don't like people standing?
Which was stupid because we lived in the fucking wrong end of Norwich to be leaving our door unlocked.
I know, but we never do that anymore. We
No.
always have our door locked. Like
Yeah.
we even got our lock changed so that you don't have to put a key in it anymore. So it's just so easy to lock it.
You're 7.
Yeah.
Are you a little girl?
And that was also annoyingly before we had a Ring camera, so we couldn't. Like, how sick would that have been if the door had opened and there wasn't
that'd have been
anyone there?
fantastic.
Can I help?
That'd have been fantastic.
Did you fall down?
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
loads now,
At
D.
that point as well, that was like,
Did you
I don't
fall
even
down
think
the
you were
well?
doing paranormal content then, were you?
Is that where
No.
you fell?
Or it was
Um,
no,
right,
I
or
think
it
it
was like right on the
was.
border.
Well,
I was because I was
He
also
was.
streaming.
who
Yeah, I
That,
think
that
the
was more the
door
reaction
opening.
than the investigation.
Yeah. When was Derry Woods? It was it like April time?
August, I think.
It was when the lockdown got lifted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was August.
Yeah.
'Cause I
So,
was sunburnt.
It was.
but yeah, there's no way that I could.
Who
Let's
was
just
that?
let me see, because it was on. Was it on your Twitch or my Twitch?
It's a yes.
You were streaming on
Jordan's
mine.
Twitch.
Yeah. Oh
You were
yeah, of
playing,
course,
like,
because I was on
Fall
your
Guys
computer
or
when I.
something. But yeah, very, very
Was you
it was
alive
dark
when
and
you was in the
sinister.
well?
Sharina has jumped in and says, "Oh, it's nice to see Maya
Feeling?
on a live. Just a quick hello. Kids don't want
Hi,
to sleep
Sharina.
tonight."
Thanks.
That's it.
Duke.
Kaylee
and
says, I lived in an
13.
active house when I was a child. Some weird stuff happened. Darren said, if Fred came and visited you for a bit, quite possibly.
Right,
that
popular
your name?
clips. Here we go.
Location.
Yeah, downstairs. In the
I work in a
bar.
hotel on night shifts, and sometimes after watching your videos, I always think I see things at work. Being alone all night, your mind plays tricks on you. That is very true, it does.
That's a shame. It just says 3 years ago. It doesn't say the date.
Yeah.
3 years.
Can you say her
That's
name?
I know it's mad.
shocking. But that would suggest that it's later than now because that was
Earlier,
4
yeah.
years ago.
We're waiting for an answer.
3 years ago.
That wasn't.
Well, I'll let you go for
So
one.
it
So
has
was
to,
that?
it has
Okay,
to,
so
it
it's
has to
before
be
Daring then.
Before
Anything else
June.
You need to say. You can say it
Before
now.
July.
So it was before Daring Woods then.
Greek said was one scary night in Warzone.
Touch my within this minute.
JXTXM.
Anyone in here?
Super chats, £5. Thank you so much.
Is anything in here?
Carl.
Carl. Hello, Carl.
Man, how long was your Estes
Is that
method?
your name? Is that who we're speaking to now? Carl?
Sorry, is it boring?
No, I'm just it's still going.
How old are you, Carl?
27.
You would.
You can
Fucking
see
hell,
that I'm getting uncomfortable.
That's a 10-minute edited
You've got 10 seconds, Carl.
Estes methods. Fuck me.
And I remember because
I wasn't there for this.
I know that a lot of this did get cut because I remember being like, oh, I wonder why that bit wasn't left in.
One.
But I can't remember what it
I'm
was.
asking you for.
For what? More time?
Oh, what was the thing that got cut? It's something I say after I take my headphones off.
I didn't edit this one.
No, I know.
Carl?
I got all the footage.
There
though.
was something that I put together.
You're on camera, Carl.
No.
No? Okay.
Do you not want to be on camera?
I can't remember what it
don't.
was. It's annoying.
Do you not want to be on camera? You don't. I
four,
want that. I mean, that's.
Bailey's behind the camera, isn't he?
One.
No, I was going to say, because
Well,
Thingy just
here's Carl.
asked a question.
3.
Oh, what, Sean?
No. Why is his name faded from my memory?
Owen.
Owen. I was thinking Ollie. That was wrong. Owen
Women's toilets.
asked a question and then he said, do you not want to be on camera? And then the thing that you don't.
Okay. There were
He was very nervous.
footprints, bare footprints found in this room. Very creepy. A medium come along and said there was a girl who was wet in this building. We've got the teddy bear.
That's a great shout, Darren.
We've got the haunted doll. We've got the cat toy.
That teddy bear, I don't know if that's ever going to go off.
An EVP. This is a voice recorder.
Bobby's in the house.
Ask questions to the room, and then we will listen to the voice recorder.
Actual Crustacean says, Scott, you seem like you've been passionate about this stuff for a long time. Is that right?
What is your name? Yep. Yeah, it's been quite a while. Going on 11, 12 years now.
Why were your
Nice.
feet wet?
Since, various bits, but...
Do you feel drawn to this place?
What was the thing that got you into this, Scott?
Okay, right.
There were a few weird things that happened, but it was always I guess it was always one of those sort of interests.
Mm.
What is your name?
Estes methods are a mindfuck. They really are. They're just so disorienting.
Why were your feet
Disorientating.
wet?
Whatever the word is. Because you can't hear. You can't. It's like, because obviously when you have sound cancelling headphones and you speak, you can feel the vibrations of you speaking, but you can't hear it. So that's really weird. And then obviously either got your eyes closed or have a blindfold on, so you can't see anything. And you're hyper aware that you're in a haunted building and something could touch you at any point. I mean, we all remember the fucking hotel room where Jordan touched my leg. I have never
You were
known
gonna
fear
pull the
like it.
spirit box off the table.
I know, but obviously,
Any connection
if anyone
between
needed
you
proof
and
that you
Owen?
can't hear with those headphones on, that is it. Like, I had no idea, because obviously you guys were just talking to me, but I couldn't hear what you were saying. So when we have the rule, do not touch during Estes methods, because it's so scary. So when I felt something fucking rub up my leg, I thought I was about to die.
Evil present in this building.
Trading cards and more gaming.
Between you and a well.
Scott, have you ever had any paranormal experiences?
It's like Wednesday, is there?
So obviously prior to investigating with you guys, I've had a couple of bits. I've seen a shadow figure in my house.
Nice.
But nothing overly concrete up until the ram.
Paranormal exploration at Scott's next. Let's go.
We do need to come down to your ends.
Yeah.
Yes, I am working on a few bits down here, so.
Yeah. Narrator said if something definitive ever happens, are you prepared for it? I thought yes, until that Estes method experience where I thought that something touched my leg, and in that moment I have never been that scared, and I knew that I was never going to get over it. So I kind of hope that something like that doesn't actually happen, because I will not be able to recover emotionally. It was awful. I saw my whole life flash before my eyes.
I mean, I feel like the mirror for me was definitive, and that is literally, and I was not. It turns out I was not prepared fucking at all.
I don't think you can be.
No.
How old were you when you passed
Darren
away?
says, "Man, I love this stuff. It's great. Thank you so much, dude." Something was said there in the EVP.
Are you a little girl? We've been told about girls.
Fucking. Let's have a look. Let's go again.
So you might be a girl.
When you do the headphone thing, is everything in the same accent and tone, or is it all different? No, it's all completely different. Well, yeah, it's different.
Why are you still
On most of it.
Yeah.
There's a specific sort of reason. Is there a person you want to
Also, thank you for thank you for another 5.
You can tell the tone that we've heard it in, because I think subconsciously we kind of mimic the accent.
Yeah.
And it's really weird.
I try to say it how I hear it.
Yeah. Say it in the tone that you've heard it. Unless I'm confused, then I will say it like, oh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's local, but it's just radio stations, and I think it goes through 2 or 3 a second or something like that.
Play it again. About a second or two before Lozzie begins his thing. Just listen.
So it's like every single one of them is a new radio station.
That.
There's a whisper there.
That.
There's a whisper.
Now that's going to take.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Tell you what else was weird about that bathroom is because obviously for this bit we tried to get Owen to turn off the light, but it was a motion censored light. But then later on, the light doesn't come on.
No, I heard.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the EVP.
We do have a room at work that's apparently haunted, but I don't know how true it is. Someone did commit suicide in that room, but I'm not sure if it's haunted. Bloody hell.
What makes you think that it's haunted?
One of the creepy
Or have
ones
you ever
was
seen
when
it?
it was Scott's voice when Dudey was doing. Yeah, that was fucked. That fucked me up.
Was that our first ever Estes method?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like day of first ever Estes method. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, because I bought the spirit box with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. And then we just stole it. You won't get it back.
I only ever use it when I'm with you anyway.
So we're going to try something new now. It's just me and Lozzie
The
down
communal
here.
spirit
We've got a
box.
useful big mirror here. Okay, there's been a lot of activity down here over the years. We have a candle. We're going to do scrying for the first time ever. I'm actually combining 2 techniques. So you can use a flame and stare into a flame, or you can use a mirror.
This dawned on me though as I was starting to film. I was like, hang on a minute. If
candle up to my face,
staring into a flame,
apparently things should start.
I'm the one staring into the flame, not the camera. So how is anyone going to see anything?
See things in the
It'll just be me seeing it. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
I need to watch some videos on how people actually scry because I have no idea.
I can send you a clip I've seen on that. I say clip I've seen, it's my video, but I can send you a clip from one of my podcasts on that.
Yeah.
Plug.
where she sort of talks through the process.
Oh, is it a hotel, Connor?
Yeah.
We love a good haunted hotel.
Yeah, and then when we did the spirit box at the end of it, fucking 30 East
East
Drive,
Drive.
Scott's voice came up again. It did.
And
That one
babies.
was actually out. That one was out loud and recorded.
Yeah.
I just, like,
Thank God for that.
Undilating and dilating and undilating.
Honestly, I don't remember the end of 30 East Drive.
No. Don't think anyone does. And then I drove home for 5 hours. Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Camera lens.
No, I drove. I think I drove. We swapped over, didn't we?
Swapped halfway.
Yeah,
Back
we swapped at
King's
King's
Lynn.
Lynn, I think.
Supposed to speak into it. In the comments, guys.
I think that's normally what we end up doing, wherever we come from.
Yeah.
We get to King's Lynn and then swap over. The worst one was driving back from the Ram. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
That was awful. At certain points, I was like closing one eye just to like give it a break, and then I'd swap over and give the other one a break.
Yeah. So it's risky.
But we've learned a lesson. We get
Dee
hotels
said,
now.
"Come to Ireland. There are a few spots I could recommend if you're up to." Oh, definitely up.
Oh
for it.
yeah.
I love Ireland.
Ireland and Scotland are the two that I really, really want to do.
Yeah, there's the Alcatraz of Ireland that I really want to go to.
The what now?
I can't remember its name. Someone in the chat may know. I think Sam and Colby went there.
Love Sam and Colby.
It's like a
Is
prison
it called
island.
Spike Island?
That's the one.
That's so fucking cool. And you can visit here.
I think so.
We're returning.
Oh my God, it's like Shutter Island.
But we're doing something a little bit different this time. I'll
Oh,
tell you who
I think-
people to talk about ghosts and shit. Fucking nurses and doctors.
Mm.
You look ridiculous.
Yeah. I was talking to Jade about it when we were on holiday, because obviously she works in a children's hospital, and she says, or the children's ward, and she said it's awful, absolutely awful.
Look at Bailey in the
Shot,
background.
this shot's really
Honestly, I think when we eventually zoom it, like this looks sick, but just when it's like this, it makes me.
It looks like because you can't see the red light. It looks like it's opened up a portal to hell somehow.
It's like the devil over my shoulder.
The thing that makes me die is like, he's just in a pub, just doing this in the background.
I just look
So
at
when
this
it pans up to him, I know it's not going to be funny.
You almost forget he's there, and then it
Yeah.
pans up.
Alone, you know.
Yeah, you are.
But yeah, this Estes method is alone, you know.
We
Yeah,
get
no,
some
this
really good
Estes
stuff
method is
on
so
this thing.
good. Innit?
Connor says hotels alone at night is just creepy anyway. I sometimes have to quick walk around and I'm just nervous the whole time. Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
I hate staying in
As a
hotels
job.
and walking around the corridors late
Yeah.
at night, let alone.
Speaking with Duke.
I watched something that was absolutely awful the other day. There's this TikTok account where the guy has schizophrenia, where he like sees people, and what he does is every time he thinks he sees someone, he films the interaction that he has with them to prove if it's real or not, and then he uploads them to TikTok. And one of them was in a hotel room corridor, and the guy was like following him all the way down. But when he watched the video back, there was obviously no one there. That is so terrifying.
Yeah. These names of people.
That's
I think
like,
part of me thinks that's better than if there's actually a person there, though.
yeah, but he doesn't know any different.
It would be.
Yeah. But watching it back afterwards and seeing there's no one there in the video
Yeah.
might
But then-
almost be reassuring. You know, it depends on what you're seeing. If you're seeing like a demon following you down the corridor, you look back at
Yeah.
the video and there it is
Yeah.
following you down the corridor.
Yeah, imagine
You don't
that.
think
He's
I'd
like,
ever
oh,
recover.
I'm just hallucinating again, or however you would call that.
Yeah.
I guess I mean this is very controversial. I mean no offense to anyone, and I know that obviously this was actually a case, wasn't it? In The Devil Made Me Do It, etc., etc. But let's say like demonic possession is real and stuff, and you can actually be you could be terrorized by demons and that. And schizophrenia is also a legitimate separate thing. How do you know if you're schizophrenic or if you're possessed? As you know, if it say if we keep doing this, we keep fucking around, and then I think I'm possessed, but actually I develop schizophrenia, like or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's.
Yeah.
I mean that's
no way to know.
kind of goes back to the Eliza Lamb case, doesn't it? in the
Yeah.
walking, having a conversation with someone despite there being nobody there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just still fucking weird.
Haha.
Was that you being friendly?
Do you have a message for anyone?
I'm just waiting for the day that we're doing the Estes method and it just like goes cold and then it's just like, I'm going to fucking kill you all or something like that, and then
I would leave. I would be gone. You would never see me again.
Yeah.
Keep the spirit box. I'm off.
And then the person that's just done the Estes method doesn't recall saying that.
I'd walk back to Plymouth. You wouldn't see me.
Yeah, no, that is fucking awful. To be fair, the like scariest things about the Estes method is when it goes dead quiet and then it just says something super clear, like as if somebody has just turned the radio volume down and just spoken to you.
Yeah.
I hate when it
fucking
The worst thing for me about the Estes method is when it says goodbye.
Yeah, or counts down with you. So fucking weird. But it's mental how much we get that. It's almost every single investigation. It happens at least once.
Yeah,
So
they
weird.
did that at the Roman fort.
We did it in this video. It didn't say goodbye, but it said one as I touched Jordan's leg. It went one.
Someone pull up a chair.
Yeah, the Annalise Michelle case was
Is that the one
weird.
from? Is that the one from Enfield?
Down.
That's the one where they've got the recording of her speaking German, and then she starts speaking Latin randomly.
I can't remember what video it was. It wasn't specifically for her, but it was a video that I included her recordings, and that was one of the
three demonic cases.
That's very true. That was one of
There's
the
a movie.
fucking.
Oh yeah,
worst,
she's the Exorcist.
That was one of the worst editing experiences of my fucking life, having to listen to those tapes.
I think the movie's The Exorcism of Emily Rose is based on her.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrendous.
And then she starts talking about the seven demons of hell and starts naming people that it's like.
Yeah, starts talking in Latin.
Things Hitler, a couple of his generals, I think.
Yeah, when you
history,
look at stuff like that, it's like, why the fuck? What are we doing? Like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, if that is possible, and we're here like
messing about with it, essentially,
telling Fred to kick you in the face and stuff.
Yeah, but might as well.
Yeah, but he's a pussy.
Clearly.
Never pushed me down the stairs.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
The corridors are the worst. Once I had a call at like 3 AM. Someone called down and said the person next door playing their TV too loud. I went to check the room and the TV was just playing static on 100.
I'd quit. Resign. Also, sitting next to Bailey in this was not fun.
It sounds like he lied or
Just the vibe of him having the red light and
the bath.
not knowing what he was going to say just felt really weird.
Yeah.
From the fucking
Oh, the bath where we did the fucking
Did we speak
Ouija
to you
board.
in the asylum?
Oh, necrophonic.
Necrophonic.
Throwback.
We should continue using that. I love that app.
It could be interesting to try it again.
That app's weird, man. Because sometimes
Don't
it's just
understand it.
constant. But then when we were in the RAF base, it was going off and off and off and off, and then it just went silent. And it just stopped speaking.
Horrible.
Because there's that app, and then there's the other one, which is similar, which I can't remember the name of.
Clearing her throat.
Echo Vox.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Which is essentially the same thing, but I don't know how they get their information.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, don't do that. Don't. So there's a medium that said that there's a little girl who's
Jack Winter said, only done a Ouija board once with my sister. It was horrifying once it moved. They are scary.
They really are.
So many rules you're meant to follow with them.
They're not something to be messed around with.
I can't sleep.
But they started out as literally children's toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why they confuse. Which makes me think that anything has the potential to do that, and they're just a convenient method.
Yeah.
So they're just a vessel to contact, as opposed to a portal to contact.
I watched a video of the top exorcist in the United States talking at a seminar, and he said that basically any attempt to contact the other side is such a cardinal sin that it manifests evil in itself. And that is what is. So a Ouija board is just basically a convenient conduit to contact the other side. Like you can just make a fucking Ouija board out of pen and paper. You know, it's the act of trying to communicate with the dead that summons evil. So he reckons that there's no such thing as a haunted house. It's actually that people go there and try to manifest this shit, which allows this stuff to manifest. That always fascinates me. Like, you know,
it
the
makes
Catholic
sense,
Church
as
having
well.
a university for exorcism. Like, if this shit was all bollocks, why waste resources and money and stuff in training priests to become exorcists?
Yeah, the entire thing of exorcism.
Yeah.
I don't understand it enough.
Yeah, I tried to get the guy on Atma, but he, I got through to his receptionist. She refused because we weren't a Christian channel.
I mean, that reminds me of the unnamed cryptozoologist who said that Atma.
Yeah, fuck off.
Atma was not her topic or in her field.
It wasn't a demographic. It's like, are you actually fucking serious? We've done, not to be a dickhead, but we've done episodes on cryptids and got more views than you ever have. Like, what are you talking about? You can't come on and talk to us about cryptids. It'd be like, piss off. She was just rude.
Yeah.
I really didn't like that woman.
Say one of our names and we'll come sit with you.
I'm here.
Yeah, who do you want with you there?
Try again.
Is there a message you'd like?
I'm very blunt when I reply to the Estes method, I'm realising.
Yeah, he looks tired.
Yeah. 10, 9, 8.
Done a Ouija board a few times, had nothing happen on the board, but had things falling from the ceiling. A cleaner my mum once had house burnt down soon after a Ouija board. Oh my god. I've literally got a Ouija board there.
Okay, guys, it's
behind
Polaroid
Charizard.
time, and you
That was
know
so weird.
what we
That
do with
the way that you pointed was timed
Polaroids
so
will
well
be
with the
selected,
vroom
and then when you
noise.
guys
You went vroom.
subscribe and comment the creepiest part of tonight's investigation. You might
At the end of the video.
Fucking hell.
Polaroid taken tonight and signed by me will be on its way to you. Okay, so
Have
we're
I
back
selected
in
the winner yet? I wouldn't have
I
done,
don't
would I?
think so.
Steps were found. We're going to take a picture.
I wouldn't have
think
done.
so.
There's no way. Let me just
if
quickly look at the
something
comments.
comes
If
up.
I haven't,
It is weird.
go
This is
comment.
security light that's
Scariest
supposed to stay
moment.
on. And for the first time tonight, it's not come on. So when Lozzie pops the light off,
I don't want a Temu fucking ad, thank you.
I like Timu.
okay,
Not sponsored.
Lozzie the barman.
Good shot of Lozzie there. One of these days there'll be something behind you in the
We
Polaroid.
took 2 Polaroids, but Scott
Yeah.
wasn't recorded, so blame Scott.
Yeah, that was
right
on
now.
me.
Oh,
Bosh.
I was not
Screen.
pleased.
You were fuming.
I was
You
not
can't do
happy.
stuff to wind him up at the end of the night. He's too tired.
Well,
You were
he-
trying
yeah,
your
he
best
didn't
to be
fucking
polite at
He
that
didn't
point.
record for fucking 10 minutes.
I pressed the button twice. There is I think there's a 1 second clip of me going, oh, I've not pressed it, pressing it again,
So
and
my
stopping the
daughter's
recording.
cot
Yeah.
used to be like, so our bed was in here in the middle, and then my daughter's cot was like here. And this is where
This
we
is why
sleep
I don't
on the
film these. Bailey does the filming. I stand there and look pretty.
Okay, let's get a picture.
Just checking if I replied to anyone saying you've won.
So there we go, guys.
I don't think because we normally pick it during this.
Yeah,
So I don't think we
during
would
this.
have.
Yeah.
A spooky one. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for having us here and staying up with us and getting involved. I hope that you enjoyed.
They did well, to be fair.
Yeah, smashed it.
It has
And really helped us as well.
Thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate it. It's been brilliant. Really, really enjoyed it. And guys, if you want to win the Polaroids, then leave a comment down below. What would you think?
Frustration, that would be my dream, to continuously be respectful. And in my experience, I find that when you are more respectful, that you do get more activity. And I feel like in the earlier videos where I was like super respectful and everyone was a little bit more antagonized, and I felt that the ghosts tend to, or the activity tend to be more directed kindly towards me. So whether that's a correlation or not, I think that it's better. And if the Michelle, whatever her name was, thing is real,
Annalise Michel.
That's the one, Annalise Michel. If that is to be believed, then I don't want that to be me. So
not taking that risk.
I'd like to be polite, and then hopefully they won't take advantage of that.
I feel like I've tried the polite thing. It didn't achieve anything.
Yeah, I just like antagonising them, because I just think, you know, if I get fucking yeeted across the room, that's it. That's me on fucking every single news outlet imaginable for the rest of my life.
Let's just remember, the first day I met you, we were in the attic of the ancient Roman, and you decided to invite a demon upon you.
And look how that turned out.
Yeah, now I have all sorts of issues. Just gonna blame
Demons
it on
and evidence.
Anything bad that happens to me, I should be like, well, I'm probably possessed. So
get up the Ouija board from the asylum if you want.
It's just hard because I've got lots of files and shit open. Like if I start closing and opening shit, that's why I have everything prepared before we start. I'll have it. We're gonna do the another one for Maya's house. We'll do it. I'll have it ready then, because I can just get if Lozzie's here, we don't have to do it through Discord. We can do it through StreamYard, so that'll be a bit better. But yeah.
Well, we'll just wait for both Bailey and Lozzie to be free for the next one.
Yeah.
Now that we've got this one out, it's not too stressful.
But gonna try my best to get 2 investigations done this month. The camping one, and then the Rendlesham Forest one. And when I say best to get them both out this month, if they're not, it'll literally be within the first week of August that the second one comes out. It just depends on moving things around and editing, etc, etc. But yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Go over now. You have till tomorrow morning to potentially win a Polaroid from the Blacksmith. Alright, so go comment now, the creepiest part, if you haven't already, and you might get selected tomorrow morning to win the Polaroid. Alright. Last few comments before we go. I'm guessing they possibly see fear as respect too, quite possibly. Jay says playing good cop, bad cop with the demons. That's it. That's the best way to do it, mate. All fun and games till they dash you out of the window. That is a very, very valid point.
As long as it's on camera, it's fine.
Exactly. I think that's the problem is when you've got limited time, you feel like you need to cycle through the approaches quickly. I think that's the problem is when that is. Have you heard of the Yammans family? I haven't. So are you still a skeptic, Jordan? Not nearly as much as I was before. There's definitely something paranormal that exists, without a doubt. You actually included a clip of it in the video we just watched briefly. What was that
the Ouija board from the asylum.
Yeah. Have you named the doll? We have. The doll's name is Sian. Connor says, love you guys now. Love guys. Oh, much like I see. Love guys. Now off to creepy work. Take it easy. Have fun. Enjoy it. Start a TikTok, Connor. Start a TikTok when you're doing your shit. Honestly, it'll bang. Just start a TikTok. Just film
walk in the corridors.
Just walk in the corridors of a hotel at night. I'm telling you, people will fucking eat up. Just put on some scary music in the background. They'll lap it up. Narrator says, nice night, peeps. I can't even read anymore. Can't even read. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Apologies that it took so long. and I'm hoping to bring a lot more content to the YouTube channel. I'm bringing a lot of the other stuff that was on YouTube before back, because I tried to make this paranormal exclusive, and it hasn't quite panned out how I thought it would. So the conspiracies, the urban legends, and all that good stuff will be returning too, but obviously the investigations are going nowhere. The Yaman's family have police reports on their paranormal activity. Watch The Demon House by Ghost Adventures. Oh, can you just note that down, Scott, please?
Is The Demon House not the one that we watched on Twitch?
Oh, Demon House. Yeah, I've seen that. And then at the end, he just fucking bulldozes it, doesn't he?
And then he keeps the stairs in his museum, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, the stairs are in his museum at the minute.
Yeah, he locks himself in there and it just starts like punching shit. In true Zach Bagans fashion.
He does that a lot.
I hate it when he does that.
When
Zach Bagans
so
gets
much.
angry, I hate it. It's like, stop.
I want to go to his museum. I want to go to his museum.
Yeah, that would be cool.
He has the original Dybbuk box, which has been confirmed to be bollocks. But if apparently if you tell him that, he gets angry.
What?
He kicks you out.
Yeah.
Tell him what?
He has kicked people out for telling him the Dybbuk box is fake.
Yeah, even though the guy that found the Dybbuk box was like, yeah, I just made it up to sell it on eBay.
But he still keeps it in the museum.
Oh yeah, next to the rocking chair from The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Zach Bagans is so cool.
If you tell him, he doesn't like it. But it's like
Yvette Fielding is Jordan's hall pass and Zach Bagans is mine.
There you go.
What about Stu? Poor Stu.
Stu's
sorry,
alright.
Stu.
We like Stu.
Stu's my second hall pass.
There you go.
And Jordan is also
Stu.
Stu is also Jordan's second hall pass.
That's it.
We love Stu when he throws himself down the stairs.
What?
When he gets pushed down the stairs.
That's it.
Anyway, quick before I get in trouble.
That's it.
Bye.
We're friends of the show now.
Besties.
But yeah, hit that like button, guys. Share. And I'll see you again very soon.